What's going on, YouTube? If you're watching this, most likely you're considering doing some credit repair. I have one of my favorite clients. Don't tell nobody this. Got Chanel with me, man, and she just popped into the 700 club this year. And that's not only the good news, man. She's on a roll, been getting approval after approval. And bro, you came a long way, man. I'm proud of you. And the next steps is like
Thank
getting
you.
her
Thank you.
on a trip, man. So Chanel, how you feeling now that you got some high limit credit cards, you're in the 700s collection free, that credit score looking good, man. How you feeling?
I feel good. Initially from when we spoke, not that I was like skeptical or hesitant, but you knew like kind of what I endured to try to figure out the best way to like correct my credit score. Because I went through so much, when
Yeah.
I was looking, and I remember we talked about kind of even just the previous people I had found, and
Mhm.
it was ridiculous. It's either like they're talking over your head, so it's not necessarily like digestible, or it was just like, okay, I'm gonna do this on my end, and like you do you. And I'm like, okay, this is not helpful in any type of way. And I know we talked about that. So I felt like when you were very down to earth and just like explained everything as if like a baby with a toy,
Yeah.
like I knew I can do it. And you held my hand. You all of you guys held my hand throughout the whole process. If I couldn't get to you first, then it was the other people that were available and respond immediately via text or set up an appointment. You guys are always accessible. So I don't know. You guys just made it possible. You guys made every step not seem like this unreachable thing. So I just listened to every step you gave me and went from there.
Absolutely. And look, y'all, just to be clear, Chanel also very coachable. This is not somebody who was hard to reach. She always answered, she always checked her mail. Anytime she got anything from the credit bureaus, she made sure she got it straight to us, right? Like, you can't, like, we have a done for you service, right? So, like she said, some other people's services, I don't speak bad on the credit repair industry, right? But some other people will have you pay them and then you send out the letters. No, we do all of the work for you, right? We just need you to do the basic things like schedule your call every month, right? So we have a monthly coach. We just need you to check the mail, right? That's just some basic stuff. So don't, if you can't do the basics, don't require us to do the top because we can't chase. We only could do so much, right? So I do want to make it clear, like a lot of the people on the interviews are excellent and they are making sure like they're on it, bro. Like Chanel's like, okay, boom, I uploaded it. I got this in the mail yesterday. Boom, let's upload it. And that makes it easier for us because now we can get your disputes right out the door and things are coming right off, right? So just want to make that disclaimer. She was no slouch in the process. She was making it happen pretty fast. So I do have some questions for you, Chanel. So can you describe your initial concerns about credit repair services and how did Incredible Solutions address those concerns?
Um, I think kind of like in my initial statement, kind of again, just explaining the process as a whole and again holding my hand for the process. As you said, it's a package. So as long as you listened to everything that was given, and the thing I appreciate about it so much is that every package is curated to each client. So it's not this generic package of, oh, this is this, this is this, and this is this. It's like, oh no, let's have a phone call.
Mhm.
Let's just, and I remember the first thing you said, let's discuss your goals. And I never had somebody ask me that before. Half of them don't even care. Like, okay, I don't want to talk badly about them, but I didn't feel cared for
Yeah,
in those situations. And even you mentioning, oh, like you have to do the work, that remember I told you that was the other one that I had.
yeah,
And I was like, okay, I'm getting overwhelmed. Like I don't even know jack squat about credit.
yeah.
And I hope that makes it a little bit more digestible for people who do want to take this because
Mhm.
I'm still at this point, I count myself as a newbie when
Yeah.
it comes to understanding credit. And that's the thing also that I really liked about you guys. You guys gave tools as well as coaching. So to me, it was just like the real question is why wouldn't I?
Right.
At that point in time, So I had to. I don't know if I answered the question. My
Yeah, no,
bad.
yeah. You answered the question perfectly.
Okay.
So my next question would be, what was your experience like with the customer service here at Incredible Solutions?
I think it was great. And it's still great now. I think you and I are gonna have an ongoing relationship like outside of this.
Mhm.
And to me that's very sweet and it's great. I really appreciate us building a rapport. And I assume safely you do this with your other clients as well. Of course, you know. So to me, this speaks volumes. If anybody, whoever is to watch this, this speaks volumes towards the customer service. And the other people on Isaiah's team is just as reliable and just as dependent you can depend on at any time. So to me, it was great. Whether we can, I did the little appointment. You'll call immediately. I send a text through the little chat. You respond immediately. If not, next day. Um, it's great. Like I wouldn't have anything less to
Yeah,
say.
we love to hear it. We love to hear it. Okay, so the next one, right? Can you share a specific milestone during the journey that made you feel confident? Like, man, I made the right choice.
That's a good question. Um, I think for me, when I finished paying off all my debt, when I paid off all my debt, and we were like, and you guys even supported me through that, you know, just like that was the first thing you said. You said, pay off the debt, and then we'll figure out the goals next, right? So that was what I was hustling through for the first, like, what, couple of months.
Yeah,
Um, for me, I think that was probably the biggest milestone because it made me feel like I'm relieved,
yeah,
and you guys helped me to like see the vision or see the goal within that. I'm not like just doing it for fun. It's like, no, this can actually lend towards this, and this.
yeah,
Um, and you're even telling me, you know, other stuff I can learn now that I've made it past this milestone.
yeah.
So for me, yeah, I think finishing my debt, that was probably the biggest thing for me.
I
And
see.
oh, this chase card is probably like the next thing. No, I will say built. I would
Okay.
say built because like that was me officially like on my own. Like, yeah, let me get I feel like that was like the first big kid card.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I got accepted. And now the chase is like, okay. And when you said it's official, I'm like, all right, I feel finalized. Like
Hey,
it just
let them know that Chase gave you that big girl let me know. When Chase
it
dropped,
did.
they dropped that bag on you. How much they drop on you though? Eight
$8,000.
thousand, y'all. Like that. Come on, man. It's a bag. It's a bag. You know. And look, she's financially responsible, but that's your biggest limit you've ever had, right?
Yeah, that is. The
For
other
sure.
two cards aren't even I'm not gonna say aren't even close, but they're decent, but it's not that.
The 8,000, yeah, that's major, and it's a premium travel card too. You know what we're gonna do with the points? Yeah, we taking trips with that, and that's like her next step. So awesome. So, in what ways have you found the process of working with us to be unique and different than your original expectations? Right? Like,
To my original expectations. Um, I didn't see it being this hands-on,
okay,
like initially. Like I thought it would kind of just be, okay, here's the rundown, here's your agenda, what you need to do for the month.
mhm,
I know you guys beautifully have it updated where you'll get your monthly like credit update for your score.
mhm,
Like I thought it would kind of be like clean cut to the point of that.
yeah,
But no, you guys are really a family.
mhm,
And I can't even lie, like, you know, like I never thought I'd be in a text message and be like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Like I never thought
yeah,
I would have this family when it comes to like not just my financial growth, but I feel like my personal growth as
absolutely.
well. So I think to me that's probably the biggest surprise. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Like it's I got a group and I never saw that coming, you know. I don't think a lot of times people make finances that personal and
mhm,
that comfortable. And I know finances for myself and probably for many people are a very I don't want to say touchy topic, but are a very sensitive topic in nature,
absolutely.
depending on your relationship. So what better of a way than having a very personable and friendly and fun relationship with a person and also your finances.
Yeah. And we try to make it very personable, right? And have that relationship because like you said, it's kind of like medical stuff. You're not just very open to talk about that. So it's like you're already in a vulnerable position. You're already trusting us with your credit, you know, and credit has a history. And it's not like I'm gonna tell she didn't come in here with a bunch of stuff. I think we got like one or maybe two collections, I think got removed,
Yeah.
something like that. She didn't have like the craziest profile. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some people in the 700 club that had crazy profiles. Like she didn't have a crazy profile, but still something that's vulnerable, right? And it's like you have to build that true relationship because if not, it's never gonna really blossom to what it could be, right? Like now we're getting you premium travel cards. You're gonna take that first trip. I'm gonna literally help you book the trip, transfer the points, Then
I'm
when you're on the
excited.
trip, you're gonna be like, yo, Isaiah, bro, how do I get to the look download lounge, buddy? Like, all of those things are really because I just, the thing is, everybody here, we remember how it is to be in y'all shoes. I had a very low credit score. I remember my first trip off of credit card points. I remember learning the game and maximizing. Okay, I can do this to build my credit report. Okay, I can liquidate my credit cards. Okay, I can hit the sign up bonus in one day. Okay, it's just we like to walk you guys step by step, but not overwhelm you. So when you got started, we ain't tell you about the premium travel cards and stuff like
No,
that. Right? It's just like I've learned that with our customers, and like you said, it's a family. The very first thing is just taking that first step. Let's just get the first thing knocked out, and step by step by step, and you look up, and you where you want to be at. And that's the beautiful thing about just building that true relationship and getting that trust. And I'm super excited for your journey, man. It's been dope to see. So last few questions. What advice would you give to someone who is considering using Incredible Solutions but hasn't made up their mind
run.
yet?
Like, I don't think it's anything to question, you know? Like, I feel like from that first day we talked, you gave so much trust and you gave so much information. Like, it was just like, how wouldn't you go?
Yeah.
You know? Like with all the other experiences I've had with people, like it's made me second guess myself. It's made me question like, am I doing this right? What am I doing? When you sat and we talked, it made me question nothing, and that's when I knew like I have to go forth with this. Like what why wanted I do it at this point? Because it's only hurting me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's funny you brought up the step by step thing
Mhm.
because I remember even myself at that moment because I felt like I was trying to like inch ahead and I was like, no, 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 we can start doing this, da, 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 da. And he was like, no. He was like, finish this, and I promise you we'll get to the rest. And I feel like that is exactly the process that people need
Mhm.
in this very, I feel like I don't even want to say is complex, but as we know, a lot of people make credit complex.
Mhm.
So I think that step by step nature and how you navigate is a friendly and elementary way that can bring people in and not intimidate them because it is a lot of knowledge, but it's knowledge that you can apply. And I think when you can apply it, at least for me, I felt confident when I could say what I'm doing, when I could look at my new credit score and be like, that's me, you know? And even when, we were going through kind of like a little loop trying to get the chase stuff figured out because they were acting a little funny,
Yeah.
we still were able to do it and get the job done. And just like us kind of take the call, write down the next step, take the call, like then it created a list of items that I accomplished that I
Mhm.
can look back on and be like, I did it. And
Yeah.
then I can also look back and say, we did it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's great. Just please trust the process. Um, you cannot have like half it. Please like take your whole time to do it because you're
Uh, so you was telling people just to trust like mainly the full process.
yeah, just trust the process because you're only gonna like hurt yourself.
Mhm.
You're gonna do a disservice to yourself if you don't put the time and the effort in because it's your money you're spending. Like, let's be real. Like, when you're paying for that time, I was on a hustle. I was like, I paid this much. All right, we gotta like, I hustled to like how quick I'm gonna pay the debt, how quick I want to be here. Like, don't play with it because you're playing with your time. You're not playing with their time.
Mhm.
They have the credit score, they have the knowledge, they have everything you want. So you're just playing with yourself.
Like,
And when I came to that conclusion myself, I was like, okay, we got to get down to work.
yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
And lastly, just being curious. Be curious, be open because like he has so much more information, including like the academy
Yeah.
that you have and presented. And I went through that and I took my notes. I still have my little notes on the side that I use every day.
Yeah.
Um, and then of course I don't want to. Did you debut it already? I don't want to say, but you're
You could do that.
okay. But he has a travel course that he's coming out with, and I'm assuming safely from his knowledge he's given me that it's extraordinary, precise, and I'm gonna say simple. I feel like you're very good at making things simple that people overly complicate on purpose.
Mhm.
I think that's a gift. So check it out when it comes out. I will. So yeah.
Absolutely.
I,
So by the time you guys see this, it will be out. But the reason why Chanel knows this is that I'm actually going to be dropping it for my customers primarily first for the very first month. I'm gonna tell you guys why. It's because you know how the internet is, and it's a lot of trolls and stuff, and they like, why would I take advice from this person? He just trying to sell a course. He just make his money this way. When I got my actual clients, I actually really changed their life. So it's not like they just really know how I am as a person, and they know I've actually already helped change their life. So it's not like they already know, bro. You know, I'm not trying to convince strangers of my value when I just got my own community of groups of people who already, and then I could just impact their life. And then when I get Chanel, because you know, people be like, well, of course you can get on the trip, bro. You on credit repair, how you do it, right? But if I get her on the trip, and then I get 20 other people who were my clients on trips, then it's different because it's like, okay, you know, it's kind of like when I first did my own credit repair. It's like, okay, you can repair your own credit, but can you actually help other people, right? And it's gonna be like this
Yeah.
concept. So I'm gonna be just dropping it to my elite inner group and customers first. After that, after I get them results on their first trips, then I will open it to the public, and you guys will be able to get it. So it may not, or you know, may or may not be out by the time you guys watch this. But she made a very great point. Is like, I also want to say is like, she said she was on the hustle to pay down her debt, to make things happen. When we had a step, she made sure it happened. That is so important, you guys, because like, you know, I hope you don't think that we're not gonna pay your debt off for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
No.
got debt consolidation. Like you, like the real truth is, if you own some of these credit cards, if you don't have late payments and you have debt, you need to hustle up. I tell people all the time, like, credit repair sometimes is an ugly process. It's kind of like acne. I used to have bad acne, right? And like when you go to the dermatologist, they'll tell you, hey, it can get worse before it get better, bro. Before it get better, right? So like the most important thing is if you may have to pick up some extra shifts. You may have to pick up another job, another side hustle, whatever you got to do to pay those things down because the reward of having great credit is so much better than having bad credit. I mean, statistically, having bad credit is expensive, extremely expensive, right? It's expensive in time, it's expensive in money. And then, look, we all been there. Getting denied for stuff don't feel good, bro. It don't. You know what I'm saying? Like not being able to talk about your credit. People literally, like, you know how I know? Because I know it was me. I would avoid conversations about money. I would avoid conversations about credit because I was ashamed of my credit. Family, you don't have to be ashamed. Just take action. The good thing about credit, man, there's no credit hell. You know something? I was talking we're gonna get back to the interview here in a second, but it is just a good point. Like I was talking to some friends at the barbershop, and like y'all know that other countries don't even have credit. I hope y'all know that, right? A lot of countries don't have credit at all. Period. So this is how great the system is set up because a lot of people be like, how does credit repair even legal? Think about how the whole system is set up. We're the only country where you can open a business, go 100K in debt, and file bankruptcy, and then open another business and be fine. You go 100,000 debt in China, play with them boys if you want to. you know, come on. You know, the system is set up. That's why, you know, when you look at bankruptcies, it's set up for the people who set the country up. How, if you look at even the tax system, they incentivize business owners and investors. They even made a loophole that if your business goes under, you can file bankruptcy, and bankruptcy doesn't technically show up on your credit report. It's not supposed to. If it does, then you could just go to the banks. Go to the bankruptcy court, get documentation that they did not file it, and then just have the credit bureaus take it off. So then you could just rebuild your credit right back up and go get another 100,000 for your business and open up a brand new business, right? So when people be like, so how does credit repair laws work? They set this up. They did this. This is their own loopholes. So they can remove things off of their credit when they messed up. That's why we are the only country with bankruptcy. So when they messed up, they had a way out. That's how the system is even set up in the first place. So there is no credit hell. There's no place that you can't come back from with credit. There's nothing to be ashamed of. The most shameful thing is that you're embarrassed because of the people around you or the things that you're watching has made you feel like you're less than and that you can't fix it. You can fix it, family. And no better place to fix it than with people who actually have real life results, right? Like that's the best part, right? So I wanted to give whoever watching this like the true encouragement you need. Like I was that person. I had a repossession. My score was way worse than hers. I was in the 400s, bro. You know, I come from the hood. I already had stuff on my credit report before I was even old enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we had to get it out the mud. And I want you to know that you can be traveling too, you know, off credit. This is not reserved for just a certain group of people, right? Like you deserve to have 700s. You deserve to have that approved or get a house or get the car that you want because your credit's in the right space. So, last but not least, on the question side, is how has your perception of credit and finances changed since working with us?
Hmm. I think through you talking, you kind of gave me the answer. Um, I think feeling as if a good credit score is like an exclusive thing. And like even just talking about like I never thought I would talk about certain things I'm talking about, like the traveling and
Mhm.
even what we were just talking about the venture thing, and we were talking about the lounge and I was excited, because like that's never I feel like we're never a representation when it comes to those items or those like luxuries or those like high-end like experiences that everybody I feel like wants to have whatever luxury looks like to them,
Yeah.
So for me, I think it's learning that, yeah, a good credit score, as I'm wanting to understand more, a good profile
Yeah.
is not exclusive in nature. It looks like me, it looks like you, and it
Mhm.
looks like all your other clients, and they probably look all completely different and have completely different financial backgrounds. And I hope that I'm a little bit of a relatable image to what it can look like. I'm in school.
So, all right. So I messed up and my computer died, but we're picking up where we left off. And Chanel was kind of mentioning, like, it looks like us now. And Chanel, tell them a little bit, like, about, like, you're in school, right? Kind of tell them about, like, you in general, so they can know that this is a lot more
Oh no.
relatable. Because you guys see me and y'all just be like, this dude always out of, oh, y'all always be like, this guy always out of town. He's always doing this. He's a business owner. Well, there's all type of looks to this, and Chanel will tell you a little bit about her and how she's still doing this, even though she is your student, right? Where you go to school?
Do I want to disclose? I don't know if I
No,
want
no,
to.
no. Yeah, the matter of fact, don't even tell them.
Yeah, okay.
The look in you, and I'll be yeah.
Yeah, I was like, no. I would like to maybe after I graduate.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I am currently in school. I'm going for my master's right now.
Nice.
So just a lot going on, very busy, and I do work. So I'm not like I was kind of saying like off recording, like I'm not living like a TikTok lush life where like they're going to school and they're traveling. I would like to, and I'm gonna put that over myself
Yeah,
because
so.
yeah, I'm working at a place of creating a life that I want,
Mhm,
and what success and what happiness and what luxury looks like for me,
mhm.
So maybe like I'm the pre to Isaiah's post,
Yeah.
and I'm okay with that. I just feel like I want people to know that it looks like that,
Mhm.
you know. A lot of people I feel like assume that it's when you have that business or when you have that established six-figure job that, oh, we have the credit. It's tons of people who have the money and still don't have the credit, and it's like a
Oh,
compensation thing or just the credit knowledge.
right.
So I don't know, just like be ready, be open, and also recognize that you can be that vision more importantly.
Mhm.
And I hope that I can come off as what it looks like, and of course Isaiah
Yeah.
looks like it already.
Well, I appreciate it. And, big ups to you, bro. Master's degree is not slight in any type of way. And I always tell a lot of my clients who, they have their bachelor's or master's, even doctorates. I always tell them, man, big shout out to y'all because I couldn't do the school. I was not a good student of just regular school. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just wasn't really my thing. I'm a great apprentice, right? I could work under somebody, and I think that's why we created the program the way we do, and we do it step by step because that's just how I learn. Like I wanted to bring a personable approach because school wasn't really personable for me, especially where I grew up at, and it wasn't really. I wasn't. If it was like sports, and the only reason why I was in school was because of sports type deal, and then like yeah. So, big ups to you. Master's degree coming soon. How soon? What you got? Like a year?
I got a year or two left.
Okay, okay. Hey man. You taking your trip before or after? Or in between? Like you
I
probably
think in between. I think in
okay.
between.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're booking this soon. Yeah, y'all gonna see, man. Y'all gonna see. So okay, we have two more two more questions. All right. So if you were to summarize your experience, okay, if you were to summarize your experience with Incredible Solutions in 3 words,
Hmm.
what would they be and why?
3 words.
Yeah,
Wow. That's all I got.
just three.
um, reliable,
Okay.
informative, and trustworthy.
Beautiful. That was a really good 3 words.
Thank
Yeah, that was probably the best 3 words that we've had yet. I like that. I like
you.
that. Okay, awesome. And then what's next? What's next in your journey?
For
Now
me?
that you're collection free, your report is beautiful, textbook. You've been approved for 3 credit cards since you've been with us. You got the built card. If y'all don't got the built card, you need to get on that. If you need a link, it'd probably be one in the YouTube or whatever. And you had to go. You got
Mhm.
the green now, and then you just got that big boy, that Chase Sapphire Preferred 8K limit. I know that felt good. I know
It
that.
felt great. I
Yeah.
couldn't even believe it. Like I believed it, obviously, all the work, but just seeing it and then like I sent it to you immediately. Like I feel like that was the equivalent of like, oh my God, girl, he's so cute. Send a message, send a screenshot. Like that was mine, except for the credit
Hilarious.
limit.
And that's hilarious. And so for you guys, y'all probably don't know, like when early in our interview, I was like, we was having problems with Chase. Yeah, when Chanel actually came to me, she had some identity theft issues with her credit report.
Yeah.
So want to tell them a little bit like how Chase kind of gave you the runaround and we ended up getting it fixed.
Sure. Yeah, I did the application as you said, like we kind of discussed like what are our next goals, what do we want to do? So I applied for it. And when I applied for it, it was like, "Oh, hey, you have some derogatories in the past." And I'm like, "It ain't even me. Who are you speaking about?" So, went to the bank as you suggested. The bank did nothing. So I was like, "Okay, time to do some research and look around." So I found a number and I was like, "Okay, let me call in." Explained everything. I think with me like calling in so much, they were like, "Okay, we got to fix this because something is up." So reapplied, like you said, and voila.
Yeah, because I'm like, bro, her profile's perfect. There's no way. I got people with way less perfect credit profiles that's getting approved. Like, there's no way. And then it's funny because we was
Oh,
tech.
and I had to call TransUnion. Yeah, definitely a one run around. Like it was around the circle. Yeah.
So, for those of you who don't know, when it comes to credit, um, who they pull from is based on your location. So in this case, Chase was pulling from TransUnion, and she stays in like the Chicago area, right? So in Chicago, just know Chase is going to pull from TransUnion. But if you're in Dallas, they'll probably pull from Experian. That's something good to know because they don't pull from. It just depends on your area, etc. So it was crazy because we were talking and she's like, "You didn't see that I got approved for the Chase?" I'm like, "No, bro. Like, what? You got approved 8 rankings? Okay, we see you. We see you, big dog." Big dog on him. Yeah, tell him. Hey, I'm excited. And that's a 75. It was an elevated offer at that time.
Yeah.
75K sign up bonus. So it's usually 60,000. And yeah, we about to do it big. And I'm excited to help her book this trip, man. And Chanel, you really been awesome. I mean, any last words for the interviewer, like people watching this or anything that you want to say? I mean, I feel like we had a really good interview so far. So
Me too.
um, I mean, if you don't have anything else to say, I would just like to say, definitely grateful that you've chose to work with us. You know what I'm saying? Grateful for the relationship we've been able to build.
Me
Um,
too.
and I'm just happy, bro, for you. You know what I'm saying? Like like I told you, you're like one of my favorites. I do have favorites. Pretty much everybody in the 700 club is my favorite. I'll tell you that right now. Just
We should
because,
do like a 700 club like meetup.
yeah, oh yeah, it's on the way. So we are actually, our hoodies are almost done, and we're gonna be sending them to you. And we got new like boxes and stuff, so that's gonna be super.
Yay!
So we are just super excited about building a community of people who made it to the 700 Club, because a lot of the people, they have, like you said, different starting points, but everybody has put in that work that was needed to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter where you guys were at, and it's just really encouraging. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing somebody decide to change their life, and whether it's 4 months, 6 months, or a year, it's just powerful what a made up mind can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to change my life. I'm going to be in a 700 club. And me and Britt just be so proud of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, and throughout the time, we just build great relationships. Like you said, we just really become family. Like, bro,
Yeah.
we talk every month, if not multiple times a month. We be texting each other. We,
Yeah.
going through stuff. We're talking, like, it's real family stuff. And it really feels like family because most people can't even talk about finances with their family. we being real, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of these people don't even talk finances with their family. So like sometimes we're the only people in their life that they even feel comfortable talking about finances with, you know? So it's always awesome to see you and all of the other 700 club members just develop into the people who deserve to be traveling the world for free, right? Because it's still a deserving factor. In order to deserve it, you have to be curious, like you said. You have to be a person who's willing to put in that extra work, like you said. Like you was on the grind, you know, and then when you're on that trip at that all inclusive, you're gonna be like, bruh, this paid off, right? And it's just a certain type of person you got to become, and that's kind of like what my mentor had told me when I was getting into business. He was like, Isaiah, you should set out a goal to make $1 million. I'm like, of course, we don't want to make $1 million. He's like, but you should set out that goal because of the person you will have to become to be deserving of $1 million. And if you lost it, you'll still be able to get it right back because the person you've become, right? And that's what most people go wrong. They don't even focus on the person you need to become to be worth 800 credit score, to be worth going and traveling, like the nuances and stuff, and just all the steps that you take in the personal development. Of course, sometimes we don't want to pay our credit card all the way off. Of course, see, we go through it too.
I promise you. I
Feel
yes.
me? Like we all go through it, bro. Like trust me, we all didn't ran it up and be like, bro, why I do that? Like, but still paying it full. Like, bro, we all, but we know what it takes to get there. So, just want to say I'm extremely proud of you, and doing this while in school, while working, takes guts, cojones, bro. Like you did them, like you did it big, and I'm just impressed. I'm inspired. Like all of you really inspire us. Like I love to see it. I love to see it come up. Nothing better than the underdog winning. You know, like it's just something about it. Like I just love to see, winners win. So you deserve everything that's coming towards your way, and all of the clients and everybody will be getting access to the course this week. So I'm super excited for you guys because I'm helping y'all book the trip. We're gonna be doing weekly calls, getting you guys right, answering all the questions.
Excited.
And yeah, I mean, anything else on your mind or anything?
Um, I don't know. I think a lasting question to like, I don't know, maybe I'm used to school. But like I feel like a lasting question is like, what does a 700 score look like to you?
To
I
me?
think it's not to you, but to general public or to you.
Okay. To the general public, I think that's a great, and I'll even answer it. It has changed over the years, right? Because kind of like we had this conversation, there's a lot of people who have 700 credit scores and they talk down on people who have credit scores below 700, right? And it's like, okay, but you don't travel hack, you don't make any income from your credit cards, or you're not leveraging business credit to create extra streams of income. You're not into real estate making money with credit. So you just have good credit. And 700s back in the day used to be just a number for me, but it's not just an aesthetic. For me, that's like going to Starbucks every day, just using cash and never using the app. You're missing out on free travel. Well, in Starbucks case, you're missing out on free drinks, but not optimizing your 700 credit score, you're missing out on free travel. And travel is the most important thing I feel like in life, Loki. Just being able to experience different things, different places, um, cultures. Life is beautiful, man. There's so many different beautiful places. Like God really made this whole thing without us. It's kind of wild. It just be really operating without us. Like the sun, the moon, the waters, the beaches, all of it. It's why it's dope in so many different cultures. Like I feel like everybody should optimize for that. And even if not, let's say you're a person who don't want to travel, you actually still should do it for an extra stream of income at least. Because we all know how expensive it is out here, right? And one stream of income is too close to none. And most people wonder why they're struggling. It's because they got one stream of income but multiple bills,
Yep.
right? So it's like one of those nuances you need to use credit to leverage. So a 700 credit score, it looks like to me, is optimizing it for free travel without paying extra interest and fees and stuff like that. And then also optimizing it for some sort of way of making streams of income. There's multiple ways to do that. That's what 700 credit score looks like to me. It's no longer just a number, but it's in action, right? Like if somebody say they love you and they're in love with you, somebody who's in love with you is constantly in action, right? It's a verb. It's something that you show. Somebody who's in love with you is gonna buy you flowers, take you out. Even if they can't do that, they're gonna do the little things to try to show you, even if they couldn't afford that. You know, People have a 700 and it's just a 700. No, it needs to be in action, man. Go and book that trip. Learn the game. It's definitely worth it. Trust me. Take it from somebody who came from 400 credit scores to just 700s, and then not even optimizing it to having all type of stores. I got Amazon stores. I got eBay stores, and I'm not just saying it. I could show you guys receipts. Like these are like this is just like my last 30 days. Depending on when you see this, it might be at like 20K. I just started this store, and this is automated. I don't even do anything. I pay another company to do it for me, and I split a third of the profits. Beautiful, right? Like I'm not trying to work more, but I want more streams of income, and that's what credit provides. So that was a great question, and I'm gonna end the recording here. If you like this, man, smash the like button. Chanel, you are amazing, and I'm gonna talk to my friend off camera. So peace.